Understanding how positive reinforcement works can be one of the most helpful things for anyone living with a dog, or a cat, or a partner, well, anything with a brain really. Let's go. Jose here from Train Me Please. So, what is positive reinforcement? I am going to give you a definition, some examples, and then I will explain why positive reinforcement is so amazing. Let's separate the two words to make it a bit easier to define the term. Reinforcement means that a certain behavior will be maintained or will increase its frequency in the future. Positive means that we add something desirable by the learner to the situation. When we put them together, we have the following simple definition. Positive reinforcement means offering something desirable to the learner when they do the intended behavior, so that they will do that behavior more often in the future. Here are a few examples. You ask your dog to sit. She sits and you offer her a treat. The sitting behavior is more likely to happen in the future, at least when you ask for it. Your dog barks at you and you get up and take him to the backyard. Assuming that he enjoys going to the backyard, your dog might very well bark more at you in the future. That was a bit of a cheeky one, I know. Your daughter helps you prepare a cake in the kitchen. You smile and tell her she's the best girl in the world. Assuming that she enjoys that interaction, your daughter is more likely to want to help you prepare cakes in the future. Here are some of the unique advantages of using positive reinforcement. 1. It is amazing for your relationship with your dog. Relationships with plenty of positive reinforcement are associated with much higher levels of overall well-being when compared with relationships that include corrections, harsh feedback, and other unpleasant interactions. This is valid for dogs, students, partners, infants, and your mother-in-law. Did I just say that publicly on YouTube? I suppose I did. Well, let's move on. 2. It is unlikely to have a detrimental impact on your relationship with your dog. There are other viable options that can be used to modify behavior, such as punishment and negative reinforcement. These can sometimes be very effective tools, and you should be aware of them. They do carry, however, a higher risk of damaging your relationship with the learner. There are plenty of peer-reviewed studies on this matter, and I will reference a few of them in the description down below. 3. Mistakes made using positive reinforcement are less problematic. If you make a mistake using positive reinforcement training, the risk of detrimental side effects is negligible to none. That is often not the case with other procedures that involve escape or avoidance from an unwanted stimulus. Such procedures can lead to a phenomenon known as learned helplessness and other pathological effects, which is something that we want to avoid. Check the description for more information on this. In order to know for sure that positive reinforcement has occurred, we need to observe if the target behavior is maintained or if it increases in the future. Our initial perception might sometimes be incorrect. For example, you approach your dog near a precious item such as a bone. The dog tenses up and maybe even growls to protect the bone. You toss in a few delicious treats near the bone and walk away. You might think that you have just reinforced growling. However, in this scenario, this is often incorrect, due to the fact that the growling behavior is not maintained or increased in the future. What happens more often will be that the dog will anticipate the delicious treats that she knows are about to come and do something else, such as leaving the bone and greeting you. This can actually be done without even getting the dog to growl in the first place, but I was just using this as an example to illustrate a point. By the way, that was actually an example of a counterconditioning procedure. If you want to know more about what that means, I will link another video in the description on this topic. We spoke about it a lot in this video, so this is the perfect spot for me to ask for some positive reinforcement from you guys. Here are a few quick and easy ways. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comment section below of a time in which you have used positive reinforcement to maintain or increase a behavior. Time for an important disclaimer. I am not defending in this video the view that you can get absolutely everything done using positive reinforcement alone. For example, I teach a leash pressure exercise with dog owners that uses elements of negative reinforcement combined with positive reinforcement. What I am defending in this video is that if and when possible, we should prioritize the use of positive reinforcement techniques. If we can modify our environment to create more of the behaviors we want to see, and then use positive reinforcement on them, we should try to do exactly that. I am pretty sure that both you and your dog will love a life full of positive reinforcement opportunities. And that's it for this one, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.